So before I went through reading, writing, listening, and speaking, this is all English language arts. Okay, so in terms of teaching children English language arts, basically separated into these categories: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Okay, and those educations, our school must be able to do it very nicely for the immigrants' children. And we are now in this community. We have the Chinese immigrants, we have the Korean immigrants, we have the Afghanistan immigrants. Very popular, right? Lots of them, So certainly there are Spanish, right? Immigrants. In any case, in terms of Asian immigrants, that's pretty much the Chinese, the Korean, and the Afghanistan. Correct? Those are the children. Okay. So I'm pretty confident we can do it and help the children to be able to learn English language art in a very, very powerful way, so that the children will be able to speak, like me, communicate and read and write, right, comprehend. And so those are the things. Next, mathematics. Math. Okay, math, number one. Demonstrate an understanding of mathematical concepts. Mathematical concepts. That's a very interesting subject. Okay, I start to already realize it. The children, in order for them to understand the mathematical concepts, without English language skills, they are stuck. Most of the little students right now in PS21, it's not because they don't know how to do math, it's because they don't know the English. So when they are studying math, the English teachers are talking about mathematics in English. And it's a concept that is a math concept. English language skills is highly required. It's not a simple concept. For the little kids, without the language and the cultural background, learning math is very difficult. I suggest teaching math in the original language. I believe that language is language, but other subjects, no need to put the language into it as a barrier. I believe that math teacher, if the little immigrants' children, right, they should have their math teacher of their own country and directly teaching them math in their own language with their cultural need. Their cultural need, okay? Mathematics at a very young age, the children must learn. And when they learn the concepts in their own language, in their own culture, then when the English language skills is already mature, they automatically knows how to translate it into English. So the sequence is reversed. Currently, what is the problem is that they want the children to all learn everything in English. I think it's wrong. Okay? Language is language. Cultural is cultural. All the foreign children, immigrant children, they should have their own culture. They should learn their culture. They should learn math in their culture. They should learn history in their culture. There are many, many things that belongs to the cultural part, and the language is together with the culture. So I think the education of this country really need to respect different races and different races culture and different races mind, architecture, different races history, right? And let those race keep it. Let those immigrants keep them. Not force them to forget about it. Not force them to only learn English. come to America not to be derooted of the culture. That's going to fail this country's role. For example, the Chinese, they should be kept with the Chinese culture, language, Chinese way of calculation, Chinese history education, many Chinese stuff.
Yeah.
And in the public school system, it should be all supported for those kind of education. For example, the immigrant students from China, right? When they go to school here, the public school must have the Chinese speaking teacher for teaching the Chinese immigrant students.
Yeah.
Everything.
That is very important.
And the Korean, let the Korean have among the Korean immigrants, those very highly educated scholars, use the Korean language to teach the Korean immigrant children history and culture and many, many things in Korean. Okay? Not to force everybody learn English and then learn the rest of it. It doesn't work. I believe one very important reform of American education system is in this aspect. Okay, Trump says English language is the official language of this country. Fine. You know what I mean? You have to have one common language for this country for everybody to speak with each other. Correct?
Yeah.
But Trump cannot order that American culture is the official culture of this country. I'm sorry. It doesn't work. There is no American culture.
Yeah.
There is no American culture. I have to say that. What is American culture? What is American culture? How can you force the immigrants to forget about their thousands and thousands of years of culture, their thousands and thousands years of history, right? Their generation after generations of life habit, correct?
Correct.
Their
Yeah.
clothing habit, their food habit, their sleeping habit, their work habit, and everything. How can you force people to forget about it? They're just only here on this new piece of land to live. They're not here to be diluted and for them to forget about their own identity. Agree?
No, yeah.
That's why I think American culture, without the change of the education philosophy, is going to fail big time. And right now it's already failing because the children are being made to forget about their own heritage, their own culture, and they have no cultural root, and they're not going to survive. There's no way this country is going to survive. Okay? So that's my thinking. Math, right? Demonstrate the understanding of mathematical concepts. Very easy for the original language, speaker to teach the children mathematical concepts. But if you want the English teacher to speak to the children from Afghanistan, from Korea, from China, from Greece, from India, how are they going to be able to understand it? Also, they no longer able to communicate with their grandparents. Some even cannot communicate with their parents.
Yeah.
Some refuse to say that they are from China.
Yeah, many
They're from Korea.
Yeah, many immigrants, that problem, it's still.
Yeah,
They are not communication
Totally
with the
cut.
parent.
cut dry from their roots.
And
And this kind of people growing up, no hope.
Yeah, that's very, very bad situation.
So that's why education in America needs to be totally changed. This is a nation that's very unique. America is a very unique country because this country are all for the people from different other countries. They come to America, they're not here to forget about their country. They are here to become even better and to become the leaders, the hope of their country. they're supposed to be using this opportunity to become, fluent in terms of knowledge of many other countries, right? The knowledge of many, many other countries. And then they will bring back to their own country.
Yeah.
The role is like this. You know what I mean? The role is not for them to come here and they forget about their own country. And they just stay here and they just want to live happily ever after. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think this country is supposed to be like this. It will never be like this because fundamentally always outside persecuted ones escape from their country and come to this country for it's a shelter. The nature of America as a nation is a divine shelter. Our Creator prepared this nation to support those people who are persecuted in their own home country. They come here to be blessed by our Creator, to be empowered by our Creator, and to be able to bring the seed of freedom, the seed of spirituality, the righteousness, right, back to their own nation. I believe this is what this country is all about, as a matter of fact, for America, right? So many things need to be changed. Pause.